Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 29th. Interesting week. I'm getting some crazy, interesting messages for you. So, let's just start off. You start with the Two of Clubs. This is a card, I feel like sometimes this is like the card that represents the challenge for Leo in the first place, I think sometimes maybe Leo can get too comfortable. And again, I'm not talking to all of you, but definitely a percentage of you, Leos. And don't take this as a criticism or anything. I know you guys can get hurt easily as well. So, I want to be sensitive to that, but you can get comfortable in certain areas like work. And what's interesting is it came up for Cancer as well, which is right before you. And I was getting this message for late Cancers as well. So, it's interesting, but sometimes you can get comfortable in your with what you're doing. So if you're looking to grow, I would definitely say do something scary. That's what this card's all about. This card, people who are born under this card are people like J.D. Rockefeller, who started Standard Oil during the Great Depression, during the worst time in our history in the U.S. And he did it at a great time of fear. He also invested heavily during the Great Depression and profited during the Great Depression, during that very scary time. That's like the perfect analogy for this card, because it's all about doing something that really scares you during a very scary period of time. This is like needing to start another business after your latest business venture just failed and you literally have no money and needing to figure it out. People have done it. People have started businesses with no money. That's what this card represents. So it's about facing those fears. Is it going to be that extreme for all of you? No, but not at all. But some scary things can come up under this card in a positive way. I mean, it can be like maybe you've been working in a certain industry for 30 years, and maybe what you need to do is go move to something different, like doing something totally different. Maybe some of you have been thinking about it, because this card can represent already thinking about that, like already about thinking, kind of creating a major shakeup in your life, moving to something totally different. And I think, I'm delivering the message because I think a lot of you are going to be experiencing that, like some sort of major change like that, some sort of shakeup. But the good news is the amount of success that's on the other side of that fear is just like enormous with this card. This is also a card for the rest of you who aren't going to be experiencing that, is also a card of definitely focusing on yourself, looking at yourself right now, looking at ways to improve your health and looking at ways to just improve yourself in a lot of ways. So a lot of you could be doing like a lot of self-reflection this week and really kind of going back over yourself, taking some time for yourself. It's a good time to be greedy with this card, I say. And you also have the Five of Hearts at the end, and you have the Five of Diamonds coming up next, two fives. And sometimes I think fives are a good time to just step back from the world even and step away from people and being a little bit more focused on yourself this week. Next, you have the Five of Diamonds, like I said. Great card for starting new things. So isn't that interesting? Like I said, I think a lot of you could be starting something new with that Two of Diamonds. And this is this represents a good time to do it. It says it'll be successful. It won't be without its challenges, but it will be successful with this card. It's a great time to birth new things. Five of Diamonds are all about birth and birthing new things into life, and really making them work. This is a great work card. It's also a card that can kind of start off better times and really figuring things out. Like I've said for Leo for a long time, it's been a very long time message for Leo. I think Leos have been pretty stable in their journey on like what they want to do. Like some of the other signs, they like go back and forth and all over the place. But it feels like to me, I see Leo just on this straight line and like really focus on something that you want to accomplish in life. And I think that this card can represent the beginnings of figuring things out, less calibration. Like sometimes when we're on this path, it's like we're going down a path and then we like mess up a little bit, it takes us off the path, and we have to calibrate to get back on the path, and we have to figure out something. But I feel like I see Leo, I mean, again, a weird message, but it's like I'm seeing a path with less, it's just like those movements are a lot smaller, whereas in the past I think they were like way off track. So it's like you're getting better at learning to calibrate things like mistakes and relationships, even in all areas. It's like you're truly learning, which is really great. I think I said that to you, Leo, a couple weeks ago as well. But next you have the Two of Hearts. Great for relationships. If you're in a relationship, perfect relationship. If you're not, you could be starting a relationship or maybe even meet somebody to potentially start a relationship with. I think it's the very beginnings. Again, I keep hearing the word beginnings. So I think Leo's at the beginning of things. You have the Five of Hearts coming up at the end, which can also represent the beginnings of something. So this is like a perfect relationship coming to you, one that makes you really happy as well. So a lot of you could be seeing that. This can also be you just matching up with the perfect situation. Again, there's like this very much like situational type message coming up this week where it's like you're getting better at these like situational things. And like I said, I'm going like this because it's like I see a path that's vibrating a little bit, and I take that vibrating to mean that you're just getting better at getting back on the path very quickly, and you're better, like I said, at calibrating is another word that keeps coming up. So it's like you're getting better at making those quick changes, and getting better at staying on that path. So, and maybe even learning new things. And it's kind of like, well, let's go here. You have the King of Spades next, very appropriate for the times. It's coming up for a lot of signs, the King of Spades or the Queen of Spades or the Jack of Spades, kind of the similar message of using your resources. I think Leo is finally getting better at that. I think Leo is also getting good at, maybe if you would try something new in your business or try something new in your love life, again, it would take you way off path. But I think you're even getting to the point where you're getting so good at trying new things, possibly, that you are trying those new things, but they're not getting you so far off your path, even if they don't work out. It's like you're getting better at seeing those signs of things maybe not working out, so then you jump right back on the path. It doesn't take you so far away. And it's definitely been learned through tough lessons. That's what the King of Spades is all about, having learned these things through very difficult lessons. So it's like you're figuring things out here. And finally, you have that Five of Hearts I was talking about, birth of a relationship, possible new relationships coming in, being very happy as well, happiness card. It's a weird card because on one hand, like I think some traditional readers would read this card as like a breakup or something like that, but I'm not feeling that. And you have that Two of Hearts there, so it just feels more like a birth instead of an ending, and new things coming in, but also focusing on yourself this week, and really taking some time to maybe even taking some time to just think about all those things that I said about like how you're getting better at calibrating and things, and then just kind of looking at that and assessing that whole situation. So looks like a great week. Thank you for watching, and enjoy your week.